Hello everyone and welcome to this online course in English World Level 9. Please open your student book to page 54. Unit 5 Reading Comprehension. So before we start, let's warm up. Make as many words of 2 letters or more as you can from the letters champion. CHAMPION. You have to make as many words as you can from these letters. N is a correct answer. On also is a correct answer. O plus N. An, A plus N. Can, CAN. Cap, nab. Map, MAP. Pen, chip. Camp, paid. Main. Inch is the last word. So if you have any other word, you can send it to me. Now let's go to your workbook or to your student book, page number 54. So before we start answering these activities, let's read the play script again. I am going to play the text. Please listen and follow up with me.
Unit 5, pages 52 and 53. Reading. Champion. Scene 1. The locker room of the school sports centre. Stephen is sitting on a bench putting things into his sports bag. Paul jogs in.
Hey Paul, that was a fantastic time you just did.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, I was pleased with it.
Mr. Hall was pleased with it too. He said with a fast time like that, you ought to get a place in the national team, no trouble.
Yeah, great. I mean, I hope so. But nothing's ever certain, is it?
No, I suppose it isn't. But I think you can be fairly confident. Well done.
Thanks.
You deserve it. You've been training really hard all season.
Yeah, it's been tough, that's for sure. Still, no pain, no gain, eh?
Maybe, but I don't seem to get anywhere for all my pain. No national team for me.
You're improving, though.
Yes, but my results are nothing like yours. I'm just not as talented as you. By the way, I brought in the CD of photos and the file of notes for the science project. Nina asked me if I could give them to you today. She was able to locate the last piece of information that we needed, so she wants you to finish your part by next week.
Well, I'll try, but I've got another practice session tomorrow. Oh, well, just put them on my bag, will you?
Mm-hmm.
Clumsy.
Sorry.
It's okay, I'll do it.
Oh, here, there's something under the bench. What's this, Paul?
Just something of mine. Here, give it to me.
But you're not supposed to have these. No one is.
What do you mean? Everyone does it.
No, they don't. I don't.
Yes, and look at your results. Do you want to be second best, or do you want to be a champion?
That isn't the choice, is it?
Isn't it? Grow up, Stephen. Anyway, no need to say anything, is there? Is there?
Hi, guys. Fantastic time, Paul. Brilliant. Champion in the making, eh, Steve? It's great for the school, isn't it? Hey, are you two okay? Nothing's the matter, is it?
Scene 2. The school cafeteria the next day. Stephen, Joe, Nina, Amy and Katie are sitting round a table away from other students.
So why didn't you say anything to anyone yesterday?
I knew there was something wrong. It was written all over your face. Why didn't you tell me?
I don't know. It felt like snitching, I suppose.
Well, isn't this something you snitch about? It's cheating, Stephen. It's plain cheating.
I agree. I would have gone straight to Mr. Hall and told him everything.
But think about it, Amy. What would happen to Paul?
He'd be out of the school team, and his dreams of the national team would be shattered.
Well, what of it? He's cheated.
But he lives for sport. His career would be dreadfully damaged. It might never be the same for him again.
He should have thought of that before he started cheating. And then
Look, I know he's done wrong, but shouldn't we talk to him about it first? And explain what he's done wrong? He's not a child. He knew what he was doing.
Well, I'm not sure. It's just
What, Stephen?
that I talked to him again after you'd gone, Joe. I'm sure he didn't get into this on his own.
how do you know? Did you ask him?
Well, no, not really. I just asked him why he needed to do it.
And?
He said he wanted to be the best.
I think we should tell Mr. Hall.
We're meeting him this afternoon anyway, to finalise the programme for Sports Day.
If you don't tell him this afternoon, Stephen, I will.
No, it has to be Stephen.
Mr. Hall might not believe me.
That's not a reason for not telling the truth, Stephen.
But Paul was going to get the cup for outstanding achievement and... For goodness sake, Katie. We can't stand by and let the cup be presented to a cheat. That would be completely deceitful and I won't do it.
But if I tell, everyone will know, and he won't have a chance to put things right.
Okay, so does he want to put things right? Did you ask him if he would stop?
Yes, I did, but...
But what? Well then.
Reporting him is the only thing that's going to stop him. Can't you see that, Stephen? But reporting him is going to devastate his career.
And think of the shame.
I know we have to do something, but isn't there another way?
Okay, so now let's answer the activities. Activity number 1, write the name of the person who said each line below. Write B if it was Paul, and S if it was Stephen, K for Katie, N for Nina, A for Amy, and J for Joe. Okay, the first line. Who said this line? But nothing is ever certain, is it? Who said this line? You can go to page number 52. Okay, and you will say the line again, but nothing is ever certain. You can find that the person who said nothing is ever certain here, nothing is ever certain, nothing is ever certain, is it? The person who said this line is Paul. Okay, the second line is you deserve it. Who said you deserve it? Okay, the person who said this, the first line is Paul. The second, you deserve it. Who said it? You can, sorry. You deserve it. Yes, here. You deserve it. Okay. So who said this line? Stephen. Stephen. You are improving though. Who said you are improving though? You are improving though? Paul. Yes, Paul is the right answer. And here, give it to me. Who said this line? Here, give it to me. P. Paul. Yes. The next line, that isn't the choice, is it? Who said this line? Stephen. Yes, Stephen is the right answer. And number 6, but think about it, Amy. Who said this line? Think about it, Amy. Yes, Katie who said this line. Number 7, but he lives for sport. But he lives for sport. The person who said it, Joe. Yes. Number 8, he is not a child. He is not a child. The person who said it is Nina. Did you ask him? Number 9, did you ask him? Who said this line? Amy, yes. He said he wanted to be the best. He wanted to be the best. And the person who said it, Stephen, yes. And number 11, no, it has to be Stephen. And the person who said it, Nina. And the last line, I think we should tell Mr. Hall. Who said this line? The person is Amy. Okay. Now the next activity, discuss these questions. The first question, how many characters are in the play? How many characters are in the play? 6. Yes, there are 6 characters in the play. This is the correct answer, 6. Now, question number 2. Which character is mentioned but does not appear? The character who is mentioned but does not appear. Yes, the right answer, the correct answer is Mr. Hall. Mr. Hall is mentioned but does not appear. Okay, the third question, how many scenes are there and where do they take place? How many scenes are there and where do they take place? Yes, there are 2 scenes, the first one in the locker room and the second one in the school cafeteria. Okay, how many characters appear in scene number 1? How many appear in scene number 2? Again, the question, how many characters appear in scene number 1 and how many appear in scene number 2? So in scene number 1, 3 characters appear in number 1 on scene number 1. And scene 2, 5 characters in scene 2. Okay, the next question, number 5. Which scene has the most action? Which scene has the most action? Find 2 examples of actions by characters. Again, the question, which scene has the most action? Find 2 examples of actions by characters. Okay, you can find. My students, you can stop the pause or stop the video, pause the video anytime you want, and you can find out the answer. Okay, number 5, again, which scene has the most action? Find 2 examples of actions by characters. The answer is scene number 1. Scene number 1 has the most action. Examples of actions by character. The first example is ball jugs in. Ball jugs in. Another example, takes his sports bag out of the locker and throws it in the bench or on the bench. Sorry. Another example, sits on the bench and takes off his trainers. Goes to his locker. Stephen picks things up. Joe comes in. All of these are examples of actions by characters. Okay. Number 6. In which scene are the characters' feelings shown most strongly? In which scene are the characters' feelings shown most strongly? And find 4 examples of feelings in the scene you choose. So the answer is feelings are shown most strongly in scene 2. Examples of feelings in scene number 2. The first example, Katie worriedly, Stephen sighs. By the way, sigh means to emit a long deep breath expressing sadness or tiredness. Okay? So sigh means to emit a long deep breath expressing sadness or tiredness. Another example, Amy slaps the table impatiently. And the last example is Amy speaks with irritation. And irritation mean the state of feeling annoyed or slightly angry. So irritation means angry, slightly angry. Okay. The next activity, number 3, discuss these questions about the characters. In scene 1, why do you think Stephen has shocked when Paul asked him if he wanted to be second best or be a champion? Why do you think Stephen was shocked when Paul asked him if he wanted to be second best or be a champion? Okay, I choose the answer that Stephen was shocked because it hasn't occurred to him that anyone can make the choice to be the champion rather than be second best. Stephen is honest, so he thinks that people become champions by being best, not by cheating in order to beat everyone else. Okay. The next question, read all of Paul's lines after Stephen found the bucket. What do you think Paul felt about being found out? Again, read all of Paul's lines after Stephen found the bucket. What do you think Paul felt about being found out? Okay, the answer is Paul is a bit annoyed that Stephen found him out, but he is not upset about it because he seems to think it is a fairly normal thing to do. Everyone does it, he says. Okay, number 3, why do you think Joe asked if anything was the matter? Why do you think Joe asked if anything was the matter? Okay, so the answer is Joe has come in just at the moment where Paul is asking Stephen not to say anything about what has happened, and they are probably staring at each other in silence, making a tense atmosphere. Okay, number 4, in scene 2, which characters are strongly opposed to Paul? Why are they opposed? Which characters are opposed or are strongly opposed to Paul? Why are they opposed? The answer is Nina and Amy are opposed to Paul because they both think he has cheated. Okay. Number 5. Which 2 characters are uncertain about what to do? Which 2 characters are uncertain about what to do? Why are they uncertain? So the answer for the first part of the question, which 2 characters are uncertain about what to do? Joe and Stephen. Joe and Stephen are uncertain about what to do because they want to give Paul a chance to put things right. And why are they uncertain? They are worried about what will happen if they report him. Okay, they are worried about what will happen if they report him. Number 6, which character is least keen on reporting Paul? Which character is least keen on reporting Paul? Keen, like enthusiastic. Keen means enthusiastic. Okay, Katie is the least keen about reporting Paul because she thinks reporting him will end his sport career. Okay, the last question in activity number 3, which of the characters do you agree with most? Which of the characters do you agree with most, and which one do you agree with least? And this question is homework. You have to answer this question and send the answer to me. Activity number 4. Discuss your answer to these questions. What happens to people who are who are found to have cheated in international sports competition? What happens to people who are found to have cheated in international sports competitions? The answer is international sports competitors who are found to have cheated are banned from competing for 1 or more years and sometimes for life. Number 2. Why is cheating taken so seriously? Why is cheating taken so seriously? The answer is cheating in sports makes award and records meaningless, endangering the validity of the word of the word of all the word competitions or competition. Okay. The next question. Do you agree that cheating should be taken seriously? Do you agree that cheating should be taken seriously? Why and why not? Why and why not? This question is also homework. You have to answer this question and send me the answer. As you see, this question is homework. Can you think of any other situation where people might try to cheat? Can you think of any other situation where people might try to cheat? And this question is also a homework. Sorry. Activity 5. The whole activity is homework. You have to answer this question or activity and send me the answers. I will read it to you. What do you think? What do you think? If you were sitting at the table with the students in scene 2, what would you say about Paul? What would you suggest doing to try to solve the problem? Do you think it is easier or more difficult to solve serious problems by talking to your friends or by talking to a teacher? Okay, at the end of this online course, I am going to give you a homework. Workbook page number 50. Workbook page number 50 is homework.